Aloha, everybody. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Light Unite show on UPRN Radio. And this is, my God, April 5th, 2019. Unreal. We're into April already. Where has this year gone? Well, for those of you that are used to visual, you're not getting visual from me tonight. My son's out visiting, and I live in Hawaii, and we have gone everywhere you can think of and crammed something in every single day. And today we tooled around the island, ended up to the beach, and I just got home, and it's like, we are not doing visual tonight. So, you're not getting visual, so there. You know, sometimes you just gotta take time off for family. And really, guys, with everything going on in the planet, you know, Fukushima has been going on for 8 years, and we're going to talk about that tonight. Talk about radiation poisoning, how to cleanse. I'm going to do the curse removal for everybody because I figure it's time, and y'all need it. And why not? And then also do some other, cleansing for radiation poisoning. Because like I said, Fukushima's been going on for 8 years. You got them chemtrailing. You got the government. Oh my God, you got Trump allowing our planet, our United States to be just polluted. And he doesn't care. God. And sometimes you just got to say family's more important than money and really take the time and create some really good memories. And if you've never been to Hawaii, there is lots to do here. I mean, so many beautiful places to see. And if you go to my Facebook page, I will have them on some of them up there on my Facebook page. And, we've gone snorkeling a lot. It's an island. That's what you do here. We've gone boogie boarding, and it's 66. I am still proud to say I can still boogie board without flipping over. I mean, you don't want to either at 66, but I can do it. I'm so proud. Wow. We went down and looked at where the volcano flowed and then up to the volcano and saw that and all the hot steam coming out of it. And the best part was when we went kayaking and the dolphins were there. We got to go dolphin swimming and got some incredible pictures. They were really playful. There's nothing like swimming with the dolphins. If you've never done it before, go to my YouTube page and put in Cathy Bilsky and /dolphins. And I got a lot of really cool videos. And one of my dolphin videos, the dolphins are laughing at me. And at the end of it, you can hear the dolphin go, and you're laughing at me. But when you swim with the dolphins, you don't think of anything but swimming with the dolphins and keeping up with them. And if you do photography like I do, just getting some awesome pictures, which means any kind of pictures when they're around you is awesome. But you're trying to keep up with them. And it's just an amazing experience. If they really like your energy, they just bring you right in their pod and let them, swim with them. And, you're going to look underneath and you've got dolphins, and you look to the right and you've got dolphins, and you look to the left, you got dolphins, and the ones underneath went in front of you, and you're surrounded by dolphins. And, you can do that for hours. And at the end of the day, you're so buzzed that you have all this energy. I mean, it's, wow. If you ever make it to Hawaii, I'm telling you, this is an awesome place to be. There's so much to see and do and enjoy and take pictures of and just create some really, really good memories. All right, so let's get on with the show. So today I'm going to start with the curse removal energy balancing. And I figure, what the heck, I'm going to do Fukushima. So no matter what or when I do it, y'all aren't going to be happy. So let's start the show off with the curse removal. So for those of you who've never done it before, it's getting rid of energy you've taken on that's not yours and really clearing you energetically wise so you can move forward and be successful and happy. I open up all your chakras and then at the end, like I said, remove curses. So all you have to do if you're going to participate is sit down, put your feet flat on the floor, and put your hands in your lap like you're going to receive, because you are. And just start taking some gentle deep breaths. I want you to breathe in light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you. And imagine all that unwanted energy going through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. So you breathe in light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you, and imagine all that unwanted energy going through the violet flame back to God, and you keep filling up with more of your divine essence. And keep doing that until I tell you to stop. So as you're doing that, I surround each one of you in a bubble of golden light. I imagine a golden flame. I add the blue flame of protection, the green flame of healing, the violet flame of transmutation, and I seal each one of you in your very own pink bubble of love. And I call to your angels, teachers, guides, masters, and all the divine beings that work with you, and invite them in to make this energy work as gentle, loving, and kind as we can. So take one more deep breath now and exhale out everything left in your body that no longer serves you. And imagine all that unwanted energy going through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So now I want you to imagine this incredible healing energy coming down from God, coming into the top of your head, your crown chakra. And now let that energy flow through your brain, and as it flows through your brain, every cell, atom, molecule of your brain reconnects to the Creator, and you become an even more spiritually awakened being filled with all these new possibilities. And now allow that energy to flow out your third eye, which is in the middle of your forehead. And feel that energy drift down and now come out of your throat chakra. And now feel that energy flow out of your heart chakra. And now feel it drift down and feel it come out of your solar plexus. Now allow that energy to drift down even farther, and feel it come out of your belly button chakra. And now allow it to drift down even farther and come out of your sacral chakra. And now feel that energy flow out of your root chakra. Now allow that divine energy to flow all the way down your legs. Let it go out your feet and send it into the earth. Feel that divine energy flow down your arms and out your hands, and allow it to flow down your spine. So I want you to take one more gentle deep breath, and again, this time exhale out anything dark or negative that's still left in your body. And imagine all that unwanted energy also going through the violet flame back to God. And you fill up with more of your divine essence. So as you're doing that, I call to Michael the Archangel to come forth and cut all ties to any energy you've taken on that's not yours. Whether it's from a friend, relative, acquaintance, stranger, anybody you work with, TV set, animal, whatever the karmic reason is that created anything out of balance in your life or your body today. And as all that unwanted energy is peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to reptile, dinosaur energy, secret societies, organized religion. Cut all ties to any oaths, vows, curses, hexes, rituals that could have been done to you or your family, going backwards and forwards, hundreds of thousands of generations, or anything you could have done. consciously or unconsciously. And as all that unwanted energy too is peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. Now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to any effigies that have been misused against you, and that's any elemental of yours that was used to hurt you or anyone, including anything you own. Clothes, hair, picture, your name spoken, written, just thought of, or anything you have your energy on and as ties to all those elementals are cut. I call the violet flame through them to clean them up, the angel light energy to heal. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, fill them up with light, and we command them to be neutral or only emit love. And now I want Michael to come forth, remove any energy implants that have been done to you or anything that could have carried over from any other lifetime because of dark energy, dark magic, witchcraft, Santa Maria, or maybe just dark thoughts sent your way. So I want the stick, pen, needle, or knife that's in your crown chakra removed from your third eye, your throat, heart, solar plexus, belly button, root, feet, hands, spine, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hips, teeth, anywhere in your body that's out of balance. And as you feel all those pins, needles, and knives being very gently removed, imagine all those spaces immediately fill up with the violet flame to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to patriarchy, genocide, rape, incest, slavery, prostitution, persecution, circumcision, removing any energy overlay that's trying to manipulate you, keeping you from connecting with God, healing yourself, being really successful, fulfilling your divine missions, and living your life in joy. And as all that unwanted energy is gently removed, that's keeping all these wonderful things from coming to you, we send it through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So if there is anybody out there directing any kind of dark energy at you, whether it's through magic, witchcraft, or just dark thoughts sent your way, we're going to ask them to stop and step forward in the light. And if they choose to continue to do their dark work, which is their free will, we ask their higher selves and their guardian angels to put them in a position of harmlessness. We surround them in a bubble of mirror. The mirror faces them. It's 2 inches from their nose. And as long as they do that dark work, that energy stays contained in the bubble of mirror, which we've added the violet flame to transmute any of that energy. So they have no forward movement. And the bubble of mirror stays up 24/7, 365 days a year, until they do works of good. So I call to your higher self now and ask your higher self to activate your divine blueprint for perfect health. And it starts manifesting in your body now. We also want that call to your higher self to activate all your divine spiritual gifts you were born with. And let that all come to the surface so you're conscious of it. And you're inspired to put them into action, and you're also inspired and so full of joy that you magnetize all the teachers you need to help you really evolve with your gifts. So allow all that energy to integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with your cells, your atoms, your molecules, all your internal organs, going all the way down into your DNA. And with every breath, feel more of your divine energy integrating. And as you're integrating this energy, I want you to feel the Mother Earth energy come to your feet, come up your ankles. And as that earth energy, which is very, very grounding, keeps flowing up your legs, feel yourself become very centered, very clear-headed, very grounded. Feel all your energies pull back in body. Again, you're centering And as the earth energy flows upward, you're grounding even more. All right, guys. Well, if you have that stone hematite, I would suggest you go get it because we're going to talk about Fukushima. Now, last month, it was the 8th year anniversary of Fukushima. And if you don't know what it is, I'm going to tell you. Now, every year since year 2011 at this time of the year, when the anniversary of the Fukushima nuclear disaster comes, I feel angry, tired, and depressed. First, for the unwillingness to turn and to change. How many nuclear disasters? Yep, that's what Fukushima is, guys. It's one of the biggest nuclear disasters we've had on the planet. So how many nuclear disasters have already happened? And how many more will need to happen for people to finally learn and bring vital changes? Also, because when a disaster occurs, it's suddenly hot news. Everybody getting excited, thrilled with its sensationalism. Some even exploiting it by turning it into fear porn. Then, with time passing by, when it's not hot news anymore, but becomes a cold, old news, people kind of forget about it. They only remember it again just when its anniversary comes. But for the people on location in Fukushima, every day is a Fukushima anniversary, and they just have to live with it. An American anti-nuclear friend of mine recently talking about the coming Fukushima nuclear disaster anniversary employed the word occurred in the past tense. I immediately reacted. I pointed out to her that it was wrong for her to use the verb occur in its past tense, that it would be more correct to use the words started, because the Fukushima nuclear disaster started on March 11th, 2011, and since then is still now ongoing unsolved. The Fukushima nuclear disaster after 8 years is maybe a cold news, but its reactors are still hot and will be hot for decades and even more for a very long time, as the technology to stop the fusion of a meltdown, corium, does not exist, has not been yet invented. Even those especially made expensive robots can't handle it, getting rapidly fried after hours or a couple of days. Now, this is contrary, of course, of the propaganda hammered by all media, orchestrated by TEPCO, the Japanese government, and the nuclear lobby, which claims that the situation is now under control, that solutions are being worked out to gradually dismantle the whole thing, all part of a massive campaign of disinformation, downplaying the real situations in the mind of the general public. What also makes me angry is that most of the year the media are not covering anymore the Fukushima disaster. But at the time of the Fukushima disaster's anniversaries, they are suddenly in a frenzy, each one to publish one article about it. Those articles just repeating over and over again the same spiel spread over the years by TEPCO. A well-oiled spiel orchestrated by Dentsu, the TEPCO's public relations company, and Ethos, the nuclear lobby's public relations organization, working together to downplay the disaster's situation in the mind of the general public and to soothe the fears of the victimized population on location so as to make them stay and live with radiation in the affected zone. No damage control of the meltdown, but an effective damage control of the minds of the public. No, the Fukushima nuclear disaster has not ended and it's still ongoing. The Fukushima people have to live with the radiation affecting their daily life. Dangerous radioactive microparticles present everywhere. Contamination of their produce, water, air, and living environment. By ordering the state of emergency in 2011, the government raised the radiation threshold from the international standard of 1 millisievert per year to 20 millisieverts per year for Fukushima, declaring it safe to live with. And actually, our government in the United States did the same thing. They raised our standard of radiation that they say we can live with. Gag me. All right, so mind you that the 20 millisieverts per year threshold is the international radiation threshold for nuclear workers inside nuclear plants, not for the public. Nuclear workers during their work are allowed to be exposed up to 20 millisieverts within a 5-year work period. Now we have now in Fukushima Prefecture a population of almost 2 million people, including children and infants, left to live in contaminated territory at radiation level, meant for nuclear workers only with suits on. While the media never failed to talk about the decommissioning of the Fukushima Daiichi reactors and of the decontamination of Fukushima Prefecture, they always fail to mention that those 3 reactors, through their unstopped meltdown, are still constantly releasing radon nuclides, loaded gases into the open air, into the environment, distributed by winds locally and even far away. I mean, do you know how many times radiation has gone around our planet over 8 years? Think about it. Why none of those media ever mention the 20 plus incinerators operating in Fukushima Prefecture? Those incinerators incinerate radioactive debris accumulated and decontamination during the past years, wanting to reduce the 16 million tons of radioactive debris scattered all over Fukushima Prefecture, usually covered by green tarpaulin, to make them look like some kind of rice paddies from afar. Those incinerators, which are also redistributing radioactive particles into the air, into the environment. When it comes to the Shoah during World War II, there is a memory duty to keep future generations knowing about it, to not forget, to keep it from ever happening again. But when it comes to nuclear disasters, where is the memory duty? I believe that only to celebrate an anniversary once a year is not enough, especially when it comes to a still ongoing, unresolved disaster. And I ask again, how many more of such nuclear disasters do we need for us to finally force our elected politicians to put an end to the nuclear madness? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I occasionally toss the idea out at our senators and Congress people, and I never get a reply. Not a single reply. No one wants to address all the radiation into the air. And to me, it is just insane and it's criminal. Now, I haven't done a recent radiation report, but the last report that I gave, now remember, anything under 20 millisieverts is bad, okay? There's over 100 cities in the United States, and their radiation level is over 15 million rads. Colorado Springs, last time I saw it, and they always are the highest radiated city in the United States, and they are over 75 million rads. Good Lord, and our government doesn't say a word, not a word. You know, what do the Canadians do? Do they ever bring up radiation? I don't have a clue. You guys, you're all over the world. Do your countries give you a radiation level that's local? Do they even monitor it at all? I know they don't in Hawaii. How nice of them. Of course, our Hawaiian senator, now this is years ago after the accident happened, and I asked, you know, what are you doing about it? And he writes back, this is true. He goes, well, the scientists told him that the radiation won't spread very far, and it won't go far in the water and the air, and it will dissipate. Well, that could be true, but not when it goes for 8 friggin' years with nonstop. You know what I mean? And besides that, but all nuclear reactors leak, all of them. And by law, just for your information, if you're around a nuclear reactor or live around one, that they're allowed to release so much radiation into the air every single night and not tell the neighbors. You know, this is really insane. Our government is shipping nuclear material across country in trucks and not telling anybody, not letting anybody know the routes, nothing. That is insane. You can be stuck out on the highway in a traffic jam and be next to one of these trucks that's carrying nuclear material and not know it, and it may leak. And you're going to get blasted with radiation, may create cancer, and you're going to wonder how in the hell you created this. Or, you know, if they have an accident, they're not going to tell us. Our government not only has raised the radiation level that they say we can now inhale. You know, just because you raise it doesn't mean it's real. Good Lord. And they also raise the radiation level in the water. They are insane. All right, so I just want to remind you, Fukushima's out there. Now, I've got another story. The scariest Navy mission, Fukushima sickens 420 sailors, 9 dead. Data secret. The Reagan aircraft carrier was on the most dangerous mission the Navy has ever seen, battling an enemy it could not see, hear, or touch. 420 sailors are sick and 9 sailors have died from cancer. A California judge has thrown out the sailors' case against GE and TEPCO and told them, go to Japan for compensation. Yeah, that's not going to happen. You see, denying the sailors of the Reagan is essential to keeping the lies alive that Fukushima is safe. It was the sailors on the Reagan that got real measurements of how bad the Fukushima plume was. The sailors were on the scariest mission and gave their lives to get the information back to the government in America. The only people that the Reagan's information protected, however, were the elites in Washington, D.C. So Obama, after his Rose Garden speech saying radiation would not come to the USA, flew his family to Brazil hours later. And Hillary told her staff to stay indoors and not attend any events outside and to wear a mask. Meanwhile, St. Patrick's Day parades were being held across the country, and the western United States began being hammered by Fukushima radioactive clouds. The Reagan's warnings were meant to protect all of us, not just the elite. You see, the Reagan went through the Fukushima plume twice. They were trying to get readings the second time, Many of those young sailors now have rare forms of cancers and illnesses, along with the accelerated aging. The Navy canceled the Operation Tomodachi Medical Registry. U.S. sailors face grim diagnosis after Fukushima mission. A healthy group of young servicemen and women, many in their 20s, have come down with serious health problems since serving on a humanitarian mission to Fukushima, Japan, following the 2011 earthquake and tsunami that led to a nuclear meltdown. Service members have faced cancer, brain tumors, birth defects, and other rare health problems since being exposed to radiation from the Fukushima plant. Some have even died. It was a gray smoke that surrounded you, and you didn't even know what it was. The naval officer said commanders told the service members the amount of radiation they were exposed to was negligible. Similar to flying in an airplane or eating a banana, Torres said the executive officer of the ship even told the crew they would be fine unless they licked the deck. I did well to pacify and stabilize the sentiment and general feeling throughout the ship, but I didn't know that I agree with that one bit because I've eaten a lot of bananas. All right, now we're going to take a little jump to England, and I don't know if you know, but there's cracks in the Ayrshire nuclear reactor in England, and the first pictures have emerged of cracking in the graphite bricks would make up the core of nuclear reactors at Hunterston Power Station in Ayrshire. Reactor 3 has not produced electricity since cracks were found to be forming quicker than expected. About 370 hairline fractures have been discovered, which equates to about 1 in every 10 bricks in the reactor core. Owner EDF Energy says it does intend to seek permission from the Office of Nuclear Regulation to restart. Oh, what could go wrong with that? It first has to prove it can still shut down the North Ayrshire reactor, which has not produced electricity for a year in all circumstances. And again, over 350 cracks found in Hunterston's B nuclear reactor. The graphite bricks form the vertical channels within the reactor where the nuclear fuel is housed. They sit alongside narrower channels where control rods can be dropped into place to counteract the nuclear reaction. Tests and modeling have been undertaken to ensure that an earthquake would not distort the control channels and prevent the power station being shut down. We have to demonstrate that the reactor will always shut down and that it will shut down in an extreme seismic event. Yeah, just like Fukushima. The operational limit for the last period of operation was 350 cracks, but an inspection found that allowance had been exceeded. EDF plans to ask the regulator for permission to restart with a new operational limit of up to 700 cracks. Now, the reactor is made up of 3,000 bricks, and the cracks run the full length of 1 in 10 of them. Now, the company accepts that the cracking is life-limiting for the reactor, but will not say what it believes to be a limit beyond which it would be unsafe to operate. God, I mean, these people are insane. What can we say? Now, somebody asked, what do cracks mean? And Mr. Wire added, we have demonstrated our operational allowance. We've demonstrated our safety allowance. This cliff edge is still to be demonstrated. It has got a huge safety margin before we are anywhere near a cliff edge. Are you all in England really feeling warm and fuzzy yet? When operational, the 2 reactors at Hunterston B provide a baseload of electricity, which is enough to power 1.8 million homes. Now, the problem also is that people work there, and shutting down the power plant is hurting people locally from jobs. And on the other hand, y'all just say, God, guys, we need some different training for you. We need to find some other forms of work, I don't know, in the green section, maybe helping the planet come back to life instead of poisoning it with radiation. I don't know. I'm just saying. All right, so for the time we have left, let's do some, let me give you some ideas on how to protect yourself from radiation. All right, these are really simple, and not only is it for one of the challenges that many of us have in this lifetime is fungus, where you've sucked up mold somewhere from a moldy carpet, bathroom, mold is friggin' everywhere, and your body blows up. And then parasites come on. Woo! All right, so let's start with apple cider vinegar. And these are old, true healing modalities that are affordable and that really work. So if you got fungus internally and externally, put 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in 1/2 cup water in the morning for eliminating mold and fungus, and drink it before you eat. Also used for eliminating foot-toe fungus, nail or fungus on the skin. After every bath and shower, pour apple cider vinegar over foot, or use a washcloth to wipe the infected area with vinegar and leave it on. Don't rinse it off. The more effort you put into this, the quicker the fungus will go away. Now, you're going to do that, then you really got to scrub your bathroom down, guys, and clean up that fungus, so you just don't recontaminate yourself. Hydrogen peroxide is incredible healing tool, and it's what the doctors used to use in the early 1900s. They used hydrogen peroxide for everything. When you use it, it's free oxygen therapy. When they started inventing pharmaceuticals, doctors stopped using and recommending hydrogen peroxide. Why? Because they don't make money from it. Why else? Now, what I'll do for a really, really good cleanse, I put either 1 pint in a bathtub, a bottle of hydrogen peroxide. If I'm really sick, I'll put a quart in, and I soak for at least 30 minutes. Now, this is going to put oxygen back into your body. Now, if you want to add to the cleanse, you can put a pound of salt into it, and you can use Epsom salt, that's fine. And then a box of baking soda. Now, the salt in the soda pulls out toxins out of your body, and the baking soda actually helps pull out some of the aluminum out of your body and neutralize some of the radiation. So combine that with the hydrogen peroxide that, it's putting oxygen in your body. It's a really good cleanse. Now, if you've got trouble breathing, you can get a spray bottle, fill it with clean, pure water, add a tablespoon of hydrogen peroxide, shake, spray it, and breathe it into your lungs. Yeah, you can make this stronger or weaker. And if you start choking, the hydrogen peroxide is cleaning out your lungs. So cough and spit it out. And people have actually gotten off of oxygen tanks by using this method. Now, I've mentioned over the years angelite, which is a mineral from South America, and it's incredible healing. I've had angelite get rid of burns and bruises overnight and heal cancers, tumors, cysts. When I broke my little finger, I made myself a splint out of bands and angelite, and I healed finger in 3.5 weeks. Now, it's also a mineral. So if you put the mineral in water, it'll slowly dissolve. Not like aspirin, but it'll take its time. And if you drink the water, your bones will get stronger, your hair will actually get thicker, and it'll grow again. You know, when your hair stops, you're mineral deficient. So when I have trouble breathing, I wear an angel light necklace. It opens up my lungs, it cuts down any asthma attacks. I've had my hearing improve when I wear the angel light earrings. And if you ever come to my store in Topanga, oh my God, that was the old store, sorry. I'm in Hawaii now, Big Island, Honoka'a, Cathy's Angel Light Crystals, Miracles and Joy on Mamani Street, right downtown Honoka'a. I have an angel light table that you can lay on. I do free pain and stress release with my angel light massage tools for free. And it's just an incredible way to help you release pain and stress that you hold in your body. You know, for those of you that may have gone through an operation, you know, the doctor does the operation, they sew you up, and then they send you home for your body to heal itself. Well, you know, we'll knit back together, but it's always the weak part of your body, and you feel the weather changes and all that, because all those cells, atoms, molecules that have been sliced and diced and cut open still have soul memory, and it's in trauma. So you got to release that trauma, and the angel light tools are awesome for doing that. And if you want, you can look up my website if you want an idea what they look like at www.angelliteom.com. It's ANGELITEOM.com. And or call me at my store, and I can, you know, shoot you a picture of what I have and what they look like. And my store phone is 808-775-9400. I'm there from 11 to 4 Hawaiian time. And, you know, call, leave a message. I call back. All right, coconut oil is awesome too. And this is easy to get a hold of. It's anti-parasitic, antifungal, creates laetrile, which is cancer fighting. And it's also great for internal and external use. And again, if you want to get rid of mold and fungus in the body, you drink 3 to 4 tablespoonfuls of coconut oil throughout the day, not all at once, guys. Or you're going to go to the bathroom and probably get, as my daughter calls it, exploding ass. So you take it throughout the day, okay? 1 in the morning, 1 at lunch, 1 before you go to bed. Now, this does wonderful things in your body to help rev up your metabolism, and you'll become leaner as the weight melts away. And now to help you gain weight, you take 1 tablespoon a day, and that's going to increase your appetite. And I've noticed, and I've gotten rid of small warts by using coconut oil. Now, coconut oil under 76 degrees turns in very, very solid and kind of looks like lard. So I would recommend that you don't, you know, scarf down the coconut lard, but that you also actually melt it, you know, and then drink the liquid. Now, you know, our bodies are 98.6, so the coconut oil is not going to solidify in your body unless you go to Alaska and you die. So I usually just, you know, it's going to melt in minutes. So take a little bit of effort. You're worth it. Now, baking soda, not only can you put it in the bathtub, but you can also put it in 8 ounces of water, then drink it. And it tastes like rot gut, you know, put a little bit of lemon juice in it if you need to. This has been known to clear the body of cancer. It helps put you back in balance, your PhD. When added to the bath water, again, it helps pull out toxins out of the body. And, you know, if you go to Costco or Sam's Club, you can get a really huge 25-pound bag for, I have $6.50, $7, which is really nothing. And then change your salt. You know, don't use the salt that you use at grab at the store, the cheap salt. Celtic salt is awesome. It comes from the salt marshes in France, and it's full of minerals that we need. And you can use that on your food instead of bleach store salt. And you can use it as a mouth rinse too. So Celtic salt is good. Himalayan salt is wonderful. Tea tree oil is also an antifungal parasite oil, and it also does wonderful things to your body as it gets into your system. You got parasites, eat sushi, you got parasites. And if you haven't done a parasite cleanse, you probably got them. So what's good for that is taking castor oil around the full moon. And for all you old timers, or your mom gave you castor oil and never said why, now you know why. And you're going to want to take it around the full moon because parasites are moon creatures, and they usually, you know, don't come out till around the full moon. So I would do a couple tablespoons of castor oil a couple times a day, and maybe do it for 3 to 4 days in a row. If you can do enemas, woo! Yeah, I know everybody loves it when I talk about enemas. You can do them or not do them and stay sick. I really don't care. And from one that has not done it when she's been sick and now does it when she's sick and gets through the illness quicker, I highly recommend it. So for those of you who don't know what an enema is, I'm sure you're all ears. So there's a bag you can fill up with water, or, you know, put a little bit of something extra in it, like a little bit of coffee for a cleanse. And trust me, coffee going in your rear does not affect you the same way as when you drink it. And when you stick it up your rear and do a cleanse that way, it pulls the toxins out of your kidneys, your liver, and all your internal organs. So we'll just stick with water right now. And you fill it up with warm water, you get a bag, and then, you know, you've got a long tube, and usually do this in the bathroom. I really recommend not doing it anywhere else. You fill it up with warm water, and then you grease the one end of the tube, stick it up your rear, and get as much water as you can. Then you lay down on your side, and you do your best to hold that water in as long as you can. And then there's going to come a time where you just can't hold it, and you run to the bathroom, and again, you have what my daughter will have, exploding ass. I mean, not that she has it, sorry, oops, as mentioned. So what you're doing is you're pulling out the toxins at the end of the day so they don't keep recirculating. And remember all those people that would do some kind of cleanse and they would end up getting a cold and all that? Well, as you kill the parasites, they leave toxins, and it's the toxins that they leave that make you sick. So when you do an enema at the end of the day, pull out all that nasty stuff. You're going to feel better because it's not recirculating. Alrighty. All right, stay away from fluoride in your toothpaste. Fluoride is a rat poison, and it will dumb you down and make you sick. It affects your ability to think, and you become docile. It's also called the couch potato syndrome. You don't have any energy to do anything. You just want to hang out and do nothing. No will, no drive. It can cause depression, chronic fatigue, and osteoporosis. And get enough in your system, and it will literally take you to insanity. And I've met people down in Kentucky where they have the fluorite mines there. And the people down there, because they got nothing else to do and they're really cool, you can take fluorite and you can make octahedrons from it. And all you have to do is chip it at the right angle. Unfortunately, you cannot breathe it because it can drive you mad and insane. And the guy that ran it said, "Oh yeah, my father ended up in, the insane asylum, and later on down the road, so did he. So don't breathe in fluoride. Don't take it in." Now, I just want to mention sushi really quick. And guys, I don't care whether you eat it or not, but if you do, you got parasites. All right, let me ask you this question. Would you eat raw pork? Most of you would say no. Would you eat beef? Okay, most of you would say no. Would you eat raw chicken? Yeah, right. No, so why in the hell would you eat raw fish? I'm just saying, okay? Yeah, do you get the logic? You eat raw fish, you cannot kill the parasites. Now, all right, for those of you that really want to give up sushi, I want you to close your eyes. And even if you don't want to give up sushi, close your eyes anyway. All right. So now, every time you see sushi, and I'm talking about the kind, I want you to imagine maggots coming because that's what you're eating, putting in your stomach. All right. And if you're going to do a parasite cleanse, stop eating uncooked fish. And I don't care, but if you get runny nose around the full moon, or you're grinding your teeth, or pain at the bottom of your heel and foot, bloating stomach, gas, pain in stomach, you could have parasites. Now, what does that have to do with radiation? All of it, because radiation breaks down your body, and this is what happens. And if you don't do some of these cleanses, it's just going to get worse. Okay? All right. So I think that's it for tonight, guys. Be conscious of what is happening on the earth. Be conscious of what's in the air, and Fukushima has not gone away. What you're breathing. You need to take more vitamins, more minerals. If you're outside, take some heart vitamins, aloe vera, cherry juice. These are not normal times anymore. And, if you think just by eating organic is going to, is all you need, well, I'm going to burst your bubble, because eating organic is also going to affect radiation, and it's in the soil. So, take extra vitamins and minerals, be healthy. Or not. It's up to you. I do. People ask me why do I look so good? And I just tell them, hey guys, I'm really high maintenance now. And it's worth it. I do it for me. So do it for you, do it for your family. Do not forget, Fukushima is spitting radiation, and our governments are complicit in keeping quiet about it. All right, that's it for tonight, guys, and we will see you next week. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Light Unite show on UPRN Radio. And again, this is April 5th, 2019. See you again next week, same time, same place. Have a very safe weekend, and catch you next week. Aloha.